Hello, everybody. I am the Bardic Knock. You can find me on the internet, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube as that thing, the Bardic Knock. That's my name. I said it. I will say it one more time, the Bardic Knock. I produce content of sorts. You will notice that I am the only person who is not a two-dimensional picture because Discord seems to be not being super friendly. Thankfully, I'm streaming. I can put my own cam on, but I can't can't make other people's. I can't. Maybe when the internet stops being terrible in the future, faces will exist again. But until such a time, you just gotta look at me. So, future body, cut all that shit out. And I did my introduction. I said who I am. Hey, players, who are you?
Who? Which one?
I don't
You got
fucking
three
know.
of us.
Just all say it at the same time. I don't.
Go, Strider,
Okay.
go.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm also known as Strider, or in this game, I'm known as Fred. I'm playing as Freddy and Jim, who is the bard, and then Jim is the Grovile rogue. He's awesome. He's done a lot of fucking damage so far. He's spooky. Nick Strider, I'm Nikias Strider on Twitter, but I'm Strider Winters everywhere else. You can find me most oftentimes here on Bardic's channel, because I do a lot of stuff for him, because I'm his friend and mod and emoji maker.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's me.
It's all the hard work.
Right.
In future part, you're gonna have to.
Off topic really easily. Shiny objects. Kay, who are you?
Hey, I'm Kate, also known as Undead K. You can find me on the internet as Undead K on various facets, except on Twitter, it is backasswords. It is K_un, and that's where you can find me. And Stuff and Junk, I am playing Trixie May and Braxian, who to be nicknamed. That's what I'm going with. It wasn't that I was lazy and didn't come up with a nickname. It's that Braxian didn't want one. Don't judge me.
And finally, ATB. Who be you?
Sorry, young. Hi, I am a tired pie. I am usually found on Discord or in the various chats of friends who actually got Twitch and stuff like
About it, isn't it?
basically, I apologize in advance. I'm just tired, and so probably
I believe what you meant to say is you are currently on brand. There you go. Marketing.
But yeah, I just feel very low energy
Well, that's
at
fine.
the moment.
This is going to be a really chill session. There's not going to be anything going burp or whatever. So, the douche. Hey, what the heck is this? What is going on? Well, it says right there on the screen. It's a D&D 5e experiment, and it also says Pokemon Sword and Sorcery. So you can take those things. So it's Sword and Sorcery, which is another word for saying classical fantasy genre. And it's also Sword and Shield, the newest current Pokemon games. So, little big brain moment there.
It's a pun. It's not a big brain moment.
It's a big brain moment. I tried to brag. You know what? Future Bardic, cut that out. No one will know. There we go. The live members of the chat, that's cut out. Didn't happen. You didn't see anything. Alright, so we're smashing Pokemon and Dungeons and Dragons together. That's the gist of it. Brief recap. We're hanging out in a tavern. Some Colosium people showed up with a big robot. The big robot smashed everything. We ran away, got to a wild area, went on a little trip, had to stop a bunch of villagers from, running into onyxes and whatnot.
We did an escort mission through the wild area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you you came across, a fucking apple.
It's just a fucking apple.
The apple then got very big, and you beat it up, and then we all had a good sleep. So, long rest. Everyone's feeling good. Everybody is fully recovered. Everybody got all that jazz.
Luna also took the flapple by its little stem and then decided to claim it as her child.
I am okay with this.
Because we decided at the very end that we were going to just keep the dang flapple.
we were like, we're gonna see if we can keep it, and I think a roll happened, and the roll was decent, and I don't know.
I don't remember either. But, it's been decided that Luna is now carrying around this flapple.
Luna now has a child.
Yes.
Let me have
this. So this flapple has been knocked out. Is possibly no. We brought it back.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, we did. We brought it back, and we were like, "You're gonna be our friend now."
And it just kind of.
That
So yeah, you've got a new friend. You all had a good sleep. The rest of the night is pretty uneventful. A giant dragon apple. Anything else that was going to bother you, that fecked off real fast after seeing a giant apple. So you sleep, all get fully rested. You wake up. I assume relatively early because them Colossians are still out there, so you don't want to like sleep in and.
Oh yeah, no, we got our 7 hours. We're fine.
Yeah. All right. It's morning. Obviously, you can either one of you can cook breakfast, or you can, one of the nice local villagers will be like, all right, I'll make you some porridge. We'll have porridge, and we've also got traditional camp food, bacon.
Come on, we have to have
eggs.
some rashers and fried tomatoes.
Yeah, some fried tomatoes.
Passions of my own.
All that good
Those are
stuff.
Rations, not rashers. Rashers are different from rations.
The fuck's a rasher?
It's a portion of bacon.
Yeah.
It's how much bacon you would get back when England was doing the rationing. So you got a rasher of bacon.
Yeah, it's a very.
Oh.
We have a really stupid language.
I mean, we all share the same language.
Yeah.
English, Americanish, and Canadiish. It's all the same.
It's all the same thing, basically.
Just different slang.
Yeah. For some reason, you can't spell words properly.
You can't pronounce words properly.
We made the goddamn fucking words.
You still can't pronounce them properly.
Stop
Say
it.
bear.
Bear.
See? You say ba. You said ba, not bear.
Bear.
See?
Bear.
He's wrong. No.
That sounds just cooler.
Jenny!
The shiny object.
So many shiny fucking objects. Alright. So, wake up. Breakfast. You can either cook it yourselves or have a nice refugee villager cook it for you. Whatever it is, it's lovely. It ain't the best thing in the world, but it's fairly pleasant. It's enjoyable. It's nice. Alright, the rest of your journey, you need to continue down west Lake Axwell, and that'll loop you round to the old watchtower, which will then get you towards.
Motostoke.
Thank you. My brain just didn't remember the name of the city. Motostoke, that's the name of the place, and that's where you're headed to.
Also known as. Pretty sure. Shiny objects.
So many shiny.
Anyhow.
Alright.
So we're heading down, doing stuff and junk.
Do you want to do RP stuff before you're like, alright, let's fucking go? Or you're like, alright, up and at 'em.
Well, I do notice though that we fought the giant apple. This little flapple. He's been tamed. We ran away from the Colossians because they had a giant Golok. Why are we scared of it?
Joe is nearby and just goes, is that a general question? Were you specifically asking your...
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Because,
Well,
like, it didn't seem that.
personally, I ran away from it because it was a big, scary robot, man. Whatever a robot is. You know, maybe that's what a robot is. But I ran because I was scared.
But you were scared because it was big.
Yeah.
We just fought the thing that was big last night.
But I was
and it
scared of
didn't
that
prove to be
too.
that much of a problem.
I don't know. I don't know much about all this beginning, you know.
Then again, you're just a Joe. You
I'm
may-
an average Joe, yes. An incredibly average Joe.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Trixie, anything to say?
Trixie's just gonna kind of look up from her spell book. She's kind of been busy preparing spells because a wizard.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. She's gonna. What were we talking about again? I wasn't actually paying attention.
I see.
Kind of busy over here.
So we ran away from King Ed because he had a giant Golok.
So that
We just
wasn't,
killed it.
that wasn't King Ed. King Ed's our king. That's the other king. That's, you know.
AZ as the other one. Yeah, I forget the kings. I didn't elect him.
I didn't vote for him.
Exactly. So he's got a big thing. We just took care of a big thing, and it wasn't really that much. Why don't we turn around now and go fight the other big?
I mean,
How do you know it isn't stronger?
I mean, I don't. But we were scared because it didn't. I mean, fine. All right. Fine.
you know, obviously can't really tell by looking at it because we don't have any means to. If we were to put Pokemon on, say, like a level from like 1 to 100, let's say, we can't see what level it is, you know, just by looking at it. So maybe this little Flapple, maybe that's only like level 12 or something. But that big Golem, that could be like level 80. Just because it's big doesn't mean it's strong. It's all very strange.
We're having more technology issues. The stream just went down on my end.
Yeah, it just went down on my end too.
Alright, let me see if there's a notification.
And Jenny's having Discord issues.
Alright, see, I'm getting dropped frame rate going over here, but it is not. I'm not saying it's crashed.
It's showing us as back now, but of course we're all wonky
Well,
because.
I refreshed it and it shows that it were like 2 minutes ago.
I mean, 2 minutes ago is better than.
And my bet is that it's going to catch up and eventually it's just going to crash again.
If it is crashing, I'm not getting any notification through OBS saying that.
Okay.
Because normally it'll tell me. It's telling me, ooh, frame drop, frame drop. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with a smallish frame drop because it doesn't create that big of a problem.
No, usually
Okay.
the problem's just lag.
So we're back now. Jenny's back, the stream is back, it's only on like a 4-second delay.
Alright. Cool. Alright. So, let's try and and capture that as best we can. Basically, yeah, you've got a somewhat valid point. You didn't try and fight the giant Golurk. Do you know how strong it is? And you did a pretty good job against that first wave of people. Like, it might be a reasonable thing to think, can I go and take on this army on my own? It's really a question of how confident are you in your ability to do that?
Not fair.
Yeah, Trixie's main concern is she doesn't. It's more of like a not. Let's not take risk.
I mean, yeah, as well, to a slightly further extent, you could do it. You could take a risk and be like the most amazing epic heroes ever who could just save the world. Or, you go and get your own damn army. Make it at least be fair on numbers or something, or at least make it easier, go full domination. Why risk when you can be safe? Yes.
Alright, so I guess here's our plan then. We gather an army, go from motostoke, I don't remember all the other ones. Hammerlock, Holbury.
You mean like the little circle?
Winden. Yeah, we just do the whole circle on our way up to Winden, and we gather an army on our way up there, and then we make a stand at Winden. Like a big old wall.
I mean, Hammerlock makes more sense to make a stand at because there's.
It's fortified.
They actually have walls, don't
Yeah.
And
I mean,
as far as I'm aware, like at least in the version of the game we get to play, there's no direct route to Winden. Like you have to get a train. So I assume that's because there's a mountain range, maybe. Oh, maybe that's where the Crown Tundra DLC is. In that bit there.
Well, really, the DLC are just at 2 different islands. Although, my opinion doesn't really mean much because.
I don't believe that, but.
Yeah, obviously, Isle of Armor is. I was just saying Crown Tundra. I don't know. Maybe it's there, or maybe it is on a different island and I just didn't pay attention.
We'll find out when that
we will.
DLC comes out. It's gonna be.
Yeah, and people in the chat / comments should totally say what you want to see in the DLC. Get engagement. I'm good at streaming. Really good at that.
Yeah.
So, Freddie, you just said all this stuff out loud, like, hey, we should do this, and all that, right?
Yeah.
Trixie's just gonna kind of look back up from her. And you're saying that we should fix it? Are we just taking this on ourselves?
I mean, do you see anyone else that could do it, other than maybe King Ed?
Look, I'm just trying to get by here. The sense of obligation, we could always notify someone. Go from there.
But don't you want to be like a hero of your own?
I'd prefer to live.
Heroes live forever.
But what you've got to ask the question is, who wants to live forever?
I mean, in my personal opinion, says Celine from the corner, really living forever sounds like it would fucking suck.
I mean, I was more so making a reference to a band named Queen that another character member is also taking reference from. But, you raise a valid point as well.
Also, I believe the band you were looking for is King.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I left them like a year ago.
Oh, shame. But, do your own thing.
I have my friend Jim. References.
Ruining references.
I amuse myself so much.
Trixie's going to just kind of sigh motion for Braxian, and they're just gonna like, continue walking towards Motostoke.
You're just like, all right, we're fucking moving. Everyone's like, oh shit, let's pack up all our stuff. You're like, nah, let's go, mate. Fuck it.
I mean, if they're actively like, it's more of like a power move, like the I'm gonna start walking and then just kind of glance and see if they're actually gonna be like, oh shit, we gotta get ready.
Oh, I respect it. Right.
But they are getting ready. You're just like telling them to hurry up with getting ready, really.
Yeah, kind of.
Yep.
It's less of a power move and
Basically.
more of being a
I mean,
But that sounds like Trixie to
I kind of see it as like, like when a mom is just like, all right, I'm going, I'm leaving without you, and watches the little kids like scramble from a playground, like, no, don't leave me. I see it as being like that.
Also, I'm sorry, I am just in a mood.
Now
That's
that's
fine.
what Trixie's doing. Yes, she motioned for Braxian. Braxian, however, is just kind of going around like helping people pack up when they start freaking out.
Jim's just standing at the front cart, T-posing.
What? Why do we make T-posing a meme? And like, why? Why did we do this to us?
Because Jim is establishing dominance. He is the noble of the group. Did you forget this?
This is true.
Okay.
He needs people to know this.
Celine, Luna, are you doing anything specific as you're getting ready? Is Luna spending time with their newfound child?
Celine is just getting ready and also helping other people get ready. Meanwhile, Luna just sort of making sure that Flapple, their new apple child, is just being all right after being attacked the last night.
Yeah.
And they sort of talk back and forth and like just like in whatever sort of language Pokemon speak, and it seems like they're coming to like this weird understanding of, oh, okay, you're a friend.
Yeah, I like that. And just for my own amusement, the Flapple is basically going to be tucked into itself, but then like only lift one segment to talk, and put it back in, and lift it again, talk a little bit. And then
Sky Flapple.
RPG Ponto.com. I can read. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, they fixed the alert box. There. Alright, so the Flapple's kind of like...
Actually there now.
Yeah, the Flapple's doing that, is communicating. And then what it basically asks... the Flapple's very tired from being beaten up last night, and it doesn't want to fly today. So it asks if Luna will carry it, or carry him, or carry them. I have not decided a gender on this creature yet.
Luna is basically bold to assume I'm going to even let you fly. I am carrying you all the way there. You
Okay.
are tiny and small. You are defenseless. I must protect.
Okay, so how is this being carried?
Are you a newborn Eevee?
Are you gonna? Is Luna gonna carry it in mouth? Like a mother dog with pups,
Yes.
or cat, or are you gonna like sit it on head or on back?
Luna is carrying this Flapple as if it is just like a tiny Eevee. Just like carry it in its mouth, like
by the scruff.
Yeah. And the Flapple is weirdly comforted by this, and so it's not like hunched up in apple form, but so like it lets like some of its segments hang out, and it's making happy noises like Flapple, Flapple, as it's being carried. It's very much enjoying this.
This is the best idea ever.
All right, so you're gonna progress, and I have been lying to you because I had to double check the map. I was saying, ooh, you have to go around Westlake Axwell. You don't. That's a fucking lie. I read the map wrong. It connects directly to the old Watchtower ruins. It just looks like West Axwell connects in between them, but it doesn't. I lied.
with this
Oh.
being what 3,000 years in the past, are the watchtower ruins actually ruins, or is it an actual watchtower?
It is an actual watchtower.
Cool.
Yeah. So, you progress out of the dappled grove. So you walk out. You get past all the trees, and you see this giant watchtower protruding out, looking over everything. There isn't really an abundance of Pokemon around here because it's an active watchtower. Can people words? Can people roll me a perception check, please?
Perception. Let's see.
Yeah,
What
I
are
can make that
perceptions
happen.
around? Mine is plus.
Perception for
I got two
Trixie.
different plus fours.
And then we have Braxian with you, you poor boy.
I got Freddy and I got Jim, both with 20s.
Oh, diggity dang! All right, so we got two 20s.
That's
And what else do we have? Okay, so Celine 16, Luna 7, Trixie 11, Braxian 9. All right,
I'd
so
like to say I've rolled 4 times today so far, and both have been a 9 and 11. Like 2 of each.
okay, so Celine, yeah, Celine, Trixie, Jim, and Freddy. You will see the thing. Luna and Braxton do not. Luna is clearly distracted by the adorable new child. That's my justification. And I don't know what Braxton's doing.
same.
Braxton saw Butterfree and is kind of chasing it alongside the group.
That's so adorable. What the
That's
rest of you,
absolutely what Braxian's doing.
what the rest of you can see and make out is around the watchtower. It seems to be mostly deserted currently, as if it looks as if there should be a lot more people here, but you can make out one single person stood out front of the watchtower, and they seem to have like a. They seem to like. I can't think of a best way to describe this, but there's like a scarecrow, and they look to be like role playing with the scarecrow, with like a weapon and like pretending to fight the scarecrow and be like, ah,
Oh.
Okay, so they're doing like the training. Yeah.
They're
okay.
doing Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess beginning.
except it's not as boring and bland as just like you can see this person who's like stopping and pausing and like taking deep breaths and like they seem to be like delivering speeches to the scarecrow as if they are like in full-on anime protagonist training mode, and you kind of seem like,
So delivering one-liners.
oh yeah, like from a distance, like obviously you can't really hear what they're saying because you're still a fair distance, but you can kind of see like they're running up and then they're pretending like they got hit and they like roll over and go, come on.
I love them already.
Um, how do you want to approach? Because obviously there's you and you've got like this band of like 20 villagers. You're just gonna walk up? Are you gonna like sneak up and make this person feel embarrassed because you caught them doing something a bit silly, or are you just gonna like shout from across the way?
Probably walk calmly up. Look as casual as possible, so like they don't think we're trying to raid the watchtower or anything.
I'm gonna yell at him. Yo, you're doing awesome! Bardic inspiration.
I'm gonna look at the two of you. Do you think we should have the villagers wait? Go meet with him first.
I mean, what would it really make a difference otherwise?
You're the smart one.
Well, I guess
How
it's
am I the
dependent on
smart
if
one?
he heard the if he heard the hey, you've got this.
Okay, his perception pretty good. I just rolled like a 17. I assume that's good enough to probably the shout. So what I'm gonna do is you've shouted, you've gone, hey, you got this, you're doing great. And what this person does, he stops and goes, seems to drop his weapon for a second, and then goes, picks it up, kind of dusts himself off, turns around like to show his back, and then he strikes the champion victory pose.
Fucking the Leon pose.
Yeah.
As one does.
He strikes the Leon champion pose and kind of like holds his head down and kind of looks over his shoulder, and you can just see this glimmer in his eye. This person, they seem relatively young, like maybe 17, 18, in pretty good shape. They aren't like a scrawny child. They look fairly athletically capable. Dark skin, so not white. They've got like a slight goatee and a bit of stubble growing. It's not fully grown in, but you can see they're trying to grow something. And after striking this pose, he kind of looks and all right, let me figure out how to get this voice. He goes, you lot have come just at the right time, haven't you? You're about to watch me get the final blow on this. All right. And he pulls his sword above his head and twists it in the light. You can make out that this sword seems to have eyes on it, as you see like a blue scarf wrap around his arm. Actually, no, I lie. It's a pink scarf that seems to be coming from the sword. That's why I lied. It's pink, because then he reaches up and it breaks into two swords.
Would we do like a nature check or something? Assuming that we automatically know all.
We are just living Pokédexes.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna leave this up to your personal discretion. Do you think your character would know Pokemon, or do you think like every Pokemon is new and interesting and amazing to me? Because I know it's D&D. We like rolling dice, so I guess we can roll if you want to roll. But also, if you just want to know,
I don't care. I just wanted to know what your thoughts were. I'm down either way.
Oh God, someone make a decision.
Okay.
I'm going to roll a nature to see.
All right.
Because oh no, I like this dude. I like this no NPC.
Well, I just like people.
Celine has no idea. Distracted.
Yeah, Celine gets a nat 1. And I don't know, you're so mystified by this amazing display that you're like, what? And Luna.
She is distracted.
What's Celine so distracted by?
Breaksian and the nearby Butterfree are currently playing. So that's an option, or just the guy's physique or something. I don't know. Just throwing out suggestions here.
Whereas Luna is like, I know what that is. He's got a dual blade. And it's really cool. So, yeah, dual blade, like, I don't know, like...
Well, it's double blade, so
yeah.
double blade.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. But also it comes from Kalos, which is French, and double, the double, so double. I would have to watch the anime and see if they pronounce it in there, and that'd be my guess. So.
I think once Luna realizes that, she will just tap basically tap on Celine's leg, like, hey, can cast a thing so I can like talk to you, so I can tell you what this is. Hey, where are you looking at? Hey, basically you just see this Umbreon shouting her little Umbreon screams as she just keeps tapping Celine's leg,
The
just like.
something I also think is really hilarious because I just thought of it. Every time Umbreon like opens their mouth to talk, Flapple flaps its wings and stays perfectly in place. So then when Umbreon is done, it can be picked up out the air. This is top tier. I love it.
Also, Bardic.
Yo.
I'm sorry for having this bit go on for so long, but do you mind if I roll a thing for Celine to see if she pays attention to her
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay. I'm just going to roll a perception.
11?
11. Actually, I got an idea. A perception against this. Against. Okay.
Oh.
Celine has no idea. Luna is trying desperately to get her attention. Celine is distracted. Luna doesn't know what's going on.
Does anyone know what's going on?
Luna knows what's going on. Well, as in, knows what this is, but Luna's desperately trying to get Celine's attention. Celine is not having any of it. And then what this character does is they glare over at the Scarecrow, and then they do like a cool, like, I'm just trying to think of what the best move it would be. Alright, yeah. What they do is they point their two swords at it, and they seem to fire, like, they seem to create some kind of magical attack, which shoots out, like, a bunch of small magical missiles, let's call them that, they kind of, like, spread out. And then, as they're about to converge in and hit the Scarecrow, he runs up and does, like, a side somersault, whilst completing like a full rotating twist to do like a super cool, ridiculous anime sword slashing attack ability thing, and then lands, swings the swords behind him as the magical missiles come in, and it's a big, impressive explosion and amazing. And then in reality, he kind of looks back and he missed.
Oh no!
Trixie's gonna resist the urge to laugh and
He's
just kind of smirk.
even more of a dork than I expected. No.
I love it.
I said you got this. You didn't get this.
Yeah, didn't he have a bardic inspiration?
He did.
Yeah. No. See all right. See, the thing is, right? It was actually, I was displaying my skill so that I could not hit it. Yeah, anybody can hit something. It takes a lot of skill to get really close to hitting something, but not hit it. Right? Yeah.
So you're saying it was a test to see how close you could get without actually hitting it?
Yeah, that one. That's exactly what I did. Woo. All right. And with that, he kind of like he kind of blushes and like kind of like scruffles his hair. He'll put the dew blades crossed on his back. And goes, all right, yeah. Hi. So I'm Leopold. Nice to meet you and all that, right? Who are you?
Hi. Freddy. This is Jim. Yeah. That's Celine. That's Trixie. That's Bryson. Oh, and do we have a name for the Flapple?
Celine sort of snaps out and is like, oh, right. Hold on. I can just ask Luna, like, if she even has a name for it yet.
I mean, I could ask it myself. I can talk to it, but I just, cost magic and all.
Oh. So
You know what?
wait, it costs magic also for you to do that?
I can just ask it. The Flapple.
Oh, well, if you want to. I
Alright.
guess would help me
Speak with
save.
animals!
Oh, I was going to cast that. I thought you were just going to do it like natural.
Yeah, it cost me magic. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
It's a level 1 spell.
okay then.
But I do have ritual casting if I want to sit here for 10 minutes. Or I could have said I've done it already.
Uh,
Well, do you
No,
have a
it's-
reason to do it though? Like before we get there.
No. Unless I really wanted to ask its name.
Fair.
Bardic?
Yo.
Anything?
Alright. So you how do you begin this conversation with a Flapple? We can say you ritual cast. Say you've got time because you're gonna go. Wait, hang on. Alright, let's take 10 minutes. We're gonna figure out. We're gonna chat with this Flapple. You do that. 10 minutes pass. It's not a big deal. And you literally go, sup.
Yep.
What's the stupidest voice of Flap?
Something along the lines of meh.
Or
Got it.
possibly a little bit nasally.
Nah.
So sounds like Moon.
Nah.
Moon
He's a sweetheart.
Alright.
is something else.
So you sit down and you're like, sup? And he goes, what's up yourself?
Ah.
Yeah.
Just gonna try to look at the other two. Just like, this thing sounds like a barkeeper.
Yep. What's a
well,
bar?
I wish I could be able to hear it, but you decided to speak to it, so.
I mean,
Well-
theoretically, couldn't y'all have both done ritual casting? to
So
speak with it?
sorcerers don't get ritual cast.
Oh, right, sorcerer.
I am a druid, not even
Yeah, I
a
was gonna
sorcerer.
say.
Oh, you're a druid.
You should be able to still, if you wanted to speak with it as well.
Yeah,
Mm.
Y'all could have both been ritual.
both
casters.
done it. Gotta
Just throwing
talk to the Flapple. We gotta spend ritual casts. Those are basically free.
Yeah,
You did
pretty
it.
much.
You did it, Celine. You did it.
Yeah, so you can both talk to this Flapple, who I am imagining is still just hanging out of Luna's mouth.
Mm. Actually, just for the conversation, Luna will just put the flapple down and look at Celine. Girl, what is wrong with you today? Why aren't you like paying attention to anything? What happened?
I don't know, Ma. It's been weird. She's just been distracted. Yeah, we got here and she's been staring at that guy. I don't know what's going on.
All right.
Yes, I know, dear. Don't mind me.
I forgot the reason I did this.
I don't know.
Right, name. What the heck's your name, friend?
It's a name.
What do you call yourself?
You try and watch a Flapple process this concept. Like, what?
Luna just stares like I
Alright,
haven't thought of a name for him yet, or
So
her.
I'm Freddy. That's Jim. This is Celine. The one who's been holding you. That's Luna.
Uh-huh.
Whenever you meet
yes,
someone
he
else
knows
and you
that.
go like, "Hi, I'm who?"
I never really talk to people.
Well,
Apparently,
whenever you talk.
apparently,
Well, if there's a bunch of yous, if there's a bunch of like Applins and Flapples and Appletons around, how do you know which one is what do you call?
nah. See, back when we was all little applins, you know, they're all like, oh, not me. I grew on the wrong side of the tree. Nobody liked me. Apparently, I was too bitter, real sharp tongue, and you know, they all got all sweet and became lovely little apple pies. And here I am, just.
I love him so much. So, what you're saying is that right.
Luna just speaks up like, I think we should call him. I don't know why. It's just that name seems to come to my mind. It's weird. Almost as weird as Celine. But you know, she's like a special kind of.
I get you, Luna.
Finally, someone does. I mean, some people back at my village got it. But I mean,
Wait.
I don't talk to them anymore.
Umbreons have villages.
Oh no, I just lived with Celine back at our
Oh,
little druid
like a
hideout.
postwick.
A bit farther away from it. We never
I see.
really liked it in Postwick. Too
I see
noisy.
what you.
Too
I
boring.
see.
Only 2 houses. It's weird.
Oh, how that's
That's
too
cool.
noisy.
Well, you
Two
see, the
houses
2
and
houses
too noisy.
just make a whole shit ton of noise, even though it's only 2 houses. It's really weird. That's why we didn't like it there. Creepy.
Flapple's just sat there so confused, like, what?
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 It's alright. It's alright, Sid.
Confused Waluigi.
What?
Right. So, anyways, right, we're gonna call you. So whenever we go like, "Hey, Sid," that means we're talking to you.
Alright, Sid. Alright, phew. Because like I was confused, like if anyone said the name, I think it kept cutting audio out, so I haven't heard the name Sid until just then. Like, what?
Oh no! I've just been listening. Trixie is in the background. Trixie is still playing tag with Butterfree. Trying to be like, "Yay, get back over here! Come on!"
Jim just kind of scoffs a little bit and he says to them, "Right. Well, you're coming along with us. I treat you as a friend. Don't get in my way."
Alright.
Celine just speaks up like, I don't think Sid has a choice. It seems like Luna's just
Yeah,
gonna keep him here.
Yeah,
Damn
Luna's
right.
apparently doesn't understand that
Ow.
Umbreons can't have Applin children. Whatever.
She's my mom now.
How,
Deal with it.
Dad?
You're my new daddy.
You're my mama. She's my mama. Deal with it.
Adoption for the win, my good sir.
Oh boy.
Oh.
What the fuck is this game?
I have no idea. Oh boy.
Alright.
I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
I don't know.
No, we're good. This is good.
Alright.
Call it
So,
Sid.
yeah.
You're with us now. You're not leaving.
Nope.
Okay. Perfect. Luna, you're in charge.
Last time I tried to do this on my own, I got the shit kicked out of me. By you.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Ah, it's cool.
Luna basically just whispers, I will not let this child die.
Nope.
Whatever you play a Nuzlocke for real.
And just for funsies, it seems like she's about to say like something else, but then the speak to animals just wears off.
How long does speak to animals last?
Oh no.
I want to say it's an hour.
Oh. Dang it. I wanted to
Oh no,
like,
Sid.
like she's about to spout backstory, but then it just like fades
I like to
away.
imagine, you tried to talk to Sid, and you spoke to him, he responded, and then you spent like 59 minutes laughing at his voice, and then you had this 1 minute long conversation.
I believe it.
Apparently the duration 10 minutes. At least for Druid.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's 10.
Alright, yeah, 10 minutes.
Which
I think
for
there's something else that's
D&D
like an
that-
hour. I think it might be comprehend languages.
Yeah, there's a lot of like spells that last now. But yeah, 10 minutes. I think this has basically been a 10-minute long conversation, give or take.
Yeah.
Um,
Basically, Luna was just gonna be like, I'm not gonna die. Nada, and then she just starts making Umbreon noises.
Just so this game can be as animated as possible during this time, again, Trixie is chasing Braixie and who is chasing Butterfree. At this point, they're both laying in the grass, like exhausted from chasing each other.
and then a giant Onyx appears. No.
Oh no.
But yeah, so after it just wears off, Celine just looks at Freddy and it just shrugs like, well, guess we got our answer. The Flapple's name is Sid.
Yep. Right.
And
Anyways,
Luna's
now we just
knows
look
Stong.
back to the other guy that was standing here,
Yeah.
Leopold.
Yeah, Leopold has
And-
just been stood
right.
there, like, super awkwardly. You gone, what? And then, as it looks like you're finishing, he goes, dusts himself down and strikes back into the pose. Like, I mean, yeah? What?
Yeah. Where were we? We've been laughing for like an hour.
Why do you... Is that the slap thing you came up that pose you keep doing?
Yeah, basically. Like, you know, yeah. Not really entirely sure how to explain this one, but yeah. I'm not super popular with the other members of the military and the guards and all that, and you know, it's because I'm a bit weird, really. Bit of a weirdo, bit of an
So you're acting out
outcast.
in full-time war with a scarecrow?
No, actually. I mean, this is something I do for fun, really. But it's more because I'm actually a pretty calm, quiet, introverted person. And so this is like, I do that, and it gives me confidence to be bigger, more rambunctious, and stronger. And that's, you know, if people don't want to be friends with me, that's fine, because I'll just strive to be so friendly and likable. But even if they don't particularly like me, they'll have to at least look and go, well, at least he's confident. So, you know.
I see.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else here with you?
No. Basically, what happened? It's normally supposed to be like a pretty big detail around here, but a bunch of them. I'll say a bunch of them. Now, we got a message in, right, from up at back up at HQ that more forces had to go up to Amalok. So we just kind of said, well, this guard station's safe, nothing bad ever happens here. It's really just a waste of our time. Leopold, you're the lowest rank, you're the least important, you stay here and you know, do paperwork, basically. So.
Okay, one, that seems pretty unfair to just be like, okay, let's put the least popular person in our opinions spot alone. Secondly, yeah, we might have a problem that'll make this place a lot exciting, for lack of a better word.
Oh, dude.
Let's just say that something bad did.
Yeah,
Oh, what? Is that Onyx
What's
being
your
out
opinion
again?
of Colosians?
I'm gonna point to the villagers.
Oh yes, so what is this like? Is it a holiday trip? You know, is everyone coming
I
to
wish.
do some shopping or something? There was a lot of you.
I wish I could even do that. I got no money.
There was an attack on the village.
Sorry, you mentioned Colosians.
Led by the king himself, or at least by the throne now. I'm like very positive he goes by that.
Yeah, yeah. Right. Well, if I'm honest. There's like two things I'm not particularly great at, right? And one of them is directions. Can't do them. And the other is socio-political history and interactions between different nations. Not my strong point.
Are you good with messing with refugees, bringing them in inside?
Oh, mate, I know exactly what to do with that.
Oh, perfect. That's your job then.
Yeah. So, I can take care of that one, mate. So don't you be frightened about that. So, wait, hang on. Let me just get this straight, right? You said entire village of Wedges got destroyed, right?
Yeah, except for the sign. As I go to the carriage and drag out the sign of the bassooned wood.
He takes a look at it and
Sure
goes,
to grab that.
"Oh,
This is all that remains of Wedge.
that's right tragic, that is, man." You know, I used to spend loads of time at this
Yeah.
pub. Great. Oh, bad time. Right.
You
But
didn't happen to have family there, did you?
nah. I mean, we had a family house, but no one was living there. You know, it's just me at the moment. So,
Ah,
I mean, I guess that means my home's gone, which is a bit shit. But on the plus side, right? Positivity, find the good stuff, right? What this does gives us a chance. Well, it gives me a chance. I suppose you can have that chance too if you're interested in that. But if you're not, that's totally fine. Get it. This means we can be heroes. We can be like gallant warriors, and we'll save the region and be heralded as champions of the people. How cool's that?
Freddy's totally on board with this, and he just goes, "Fucking, I told you."
That's flipping wicked, mate.
I have to admit, you got a lot of gusto, mate. I like that.
Right. So I suppose what we should do first of all, right, is we should get everyone into the city, shouldn't we? And sort it out. Is if there is, you say, which I am going to believe this. I don't know how I said if. When these blokes arrive, right? Just me in a watchtower ain't what you. So I think probably, probably just gonna have to abandon my post here. Really, let this form. We'll go to the city. We'll set up there. And we'll do that. How's that sound?
Hmm.
It's a watchtower. Nothing's going to happen to it. It's not going to become ruins, is it?
Yeah, of course not.
Fine.
Trixie's gonna roll her. and just
Also,
nod.
also, sorry, I'm gonna have to go mute myself.
You're good.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What were you just saying? I think Discord went a bit. What? I heard you rolled your eyes.
Yeah, she just kind of rolled, not in agreement with him.
Okay. So, unless anybody has like anything particular you want to do right now or whatnot, Leopold will join you and you'll just crack on. You'll get to motostoke.
Sounds good.
Alright. We don't need to really mess around and do rolls and things like that. We can just jump cut to motostoke. The only thing which is there, it's like if you want to role play, if you want to talk to Leopold about anything, if you want to talk amongst yourselves on the rest of this journey, it's not very long. It's like at most.
He's not gonna say it out loud, but Freddy is gonna think to himself, "This guy's gonna produce a wondrous children one day."
This game has nothing to do with the actual game. Ahem.
What makes you think that? Why would you think such a thing?
That it has nothing.
Oh dear. Okay. So with that, you arrive at the gates of Motostoke. There's some great big set of stairs to this wonderful red bricked outer wall, and you can see there's like steam puffing up out the top of the city. It's a pretty impressive place if you've never been here before. As you reach outside, you see two people. They're stood there, and then in front of them you see two ducks, each wielding a giant leek, and the ducks kind of like cross their leeks in front and go hatched, hatched, as if to like block you from progressing. And one of the human beings kind of goes, all right. What's all this then? What's going on here?
I mean, do you not see clearly, like, we got a bunch of refugees. They've got, like, the entire houses packed up in these, like, 3 little cots.
Well, that's the obvious answer, right? But, need to check things. Identifications. Things like that, I suppose. I mean, unless, I just so happened to get distracted by something and, you all just slip on by, maybe.
I mean, are we not allowed in the fucking city?
Well, sometimes, people look a bit too suspicious, look like roughhousing types, and we can't just let anybody come in all willy-nilly like.
Could I do something?
Yes, you most certainly can do something. What do?
I'm going to. Trixie's just gonna kind of step to the back and start muttering to herself quietly, like trying to position herself behind some of the villagers. Cast suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Basically just to be like, and once she's finished, she's just gonna kind of call. You should look over there for a bit and let us on our way. And
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Yeah, basically.
Alright, well, he's got a nat 1 on his save.
Well, yeah, it was a 14, so yeah, no.
Yeah. And
yeah,
with that, he goes, alright, I suppose I should just have a look over there. Approximately the duration of, a spell.
I mean, it can last up to 8 hours.
Yeah, he just turns and looks and goes, yep.
He's just done.
Dude
just looks over the fucking out.
At first, right, wasn't entirely certain what I would find looking over here, but now I'm looking. That is definitely a brick wall.
I mean, technically, once the conditions are met, if it takes a shorter amount of time, it's done. But hey, nat 1, 8 hours, done.
Nope, that is definitely brick. Yeah. I wonder, where'd we source the materials to make them bricks?
Oh yeah, that's very good observations there, and I'm just gonna start and like, come on.
Yeah. I know I said those 2 guards. For ease now, forget that. One of the other guards isn't fucking there. Just this dude and his surf-fetched, just staring at this brick wall for 8 hours. He's going, oh, alright. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Alright, come on. just like start guiding people in. Come on, into this.
And you all just one run in. And Leopold's like, oh, alright. certainly one way to get around that nonsense. Usually I just slip him a couple bob because he's got nothing else going on really.
Well, now at
Yeah.
least he has something to do.
Oh yeah,
Works.
that's a proper good idea, right? I'm gonna have to keep that one in mind. All right, now we're all in. Basically, if you're refugees, right? We've got a couple places. Dot yourselves. Leopoldo produce a map. I would show you, but I'd get lost. So like, if I give you this map, right, or you refugees, you'll find your way around. You'll get settled. Do any of you have family in stuff? And a bunch of refugees like, yeah, I've got family here. We can do that. Refugees are gonna sort themselves out.
Finally.
Joe.
No more.
Cool.
Joe comes up to you and goes, right, cool, right. Doing such a bang up job, us not dying, right? Did whip round all folks, and we're gathered together, what we had, and we want you lot to have this, and produces like a modest, like a moderately sized sack, and it seems to jingle of like coins. It ain't loads, but it's certainly enough of a thank you that we can offer you, and I hope you can use it and get some good stuff like.
Right. Perfect.
All right, great one.
Thank
Can
you
use,
for your
can you
kindness.
use this to pay for supper?
Well, it'll get you more than supper. I can tell you that. And
I'm sure, but like that's all I care about right now. I'm really hungry.
right. If you ever need from me, I've got family who've got an house down by a river. I'll do anything I can to help you. If you need a place to stay, like, you can come crash. So, thank you very much. Very kind of you, what you all did. We'll soon not forget it.
Well, I'm just glad everyone made it out.
Oh, aye, yeah. If you lot weren't there, well, even if we had all escaped, like, how would we have managed to get across all that? We didn't have nothing for when that apple came round. You lot are pretty impressive peeps.
Right. Not what I said earlier. We're awesome.
Yeah, certainly are. Certainly pretty darn awesome, if you ask me. Hang on a second. There's some fucking bot in chat telling me to buy followers. So you, mate.
I just noticed that you are
Oh, Kit.
ban.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Fuck off.
Adios, bot.
Boom. Yeah. So I'm stuck in this voice lack now. So our bats,
Right.
we take quick 5-minute break like, and we'll come back and we'll get started on shopping trip. I'm stuck in this voice now until something makes me break it. So that's it. We'll be back real soon. Stay tuned. I'm gonna throw us on over. So jump in. What just happened is Joe. Well, you got into the city. It was surprisingly easy. The other refugees, they're taken care of. You don't need to worry about them. Joe gave you a bag of coins with like 300 pocket money in it. So you've got 100 each. Which is like the equivalent of gold for ease. We're not trying to transfer to yen and do that. And so just assume you've all got 100 gold.
Yay.
Okay. So I'm assuming that's what happened.
Yeah,
When
that's.
I put-
Yeah. So,
Okay.
what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What's up? you're hanging out with your new buddy Leopold.
I
Does-
would like to ask about a shop that potentially like a magic shop, a shop that sells spells on scrolls and that sort of thing.
Yeah, we probably got one of them. No. Like, yeah, we do got it. We call it the textual records, right?
Hmm.
Because they're like records that are in scrolls. And yeah, but or TR. We call them TRs for short.
hmm. Would there also be a place where maybe we could get more protective gear if we're going to be traveling around and possibly fighting more Colossians and giant Pokemon?
Oh yeah.
I've got my leather armor, but Jim, he's the one who's always up close. I was wondering if you could get it so specially made.
Right. Yeah.
And also now I got Luna and her adopted child to look at.
Sid.
Okay. So I haven't thought up a name for this one yet, so this is entirely open to the field. Leopold is going to say, yeah, we've got that. This person, they're like a secondary important leader. Basically, you know how in the Galar region there are major league gyms and minor league gyms?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say in Motostoke there is a minor league steel type gym, which is also an armory. Who is the leader of this?
Stella.
Tell me about Stella. What are they like?
Yeah.
They like steel type Pokemon. Their gym challenge is likely that of something to do with blacksmithing.
Okay.
To have a Steelix like is famous with the Steelix.
Yeah.
No, gotta have a Skarmory.
Skarmory, Steelix, Scizor.
All right. Hear me out. A Galarian Skarmory. Skarmory isn't in Galar, right?
No.
No. Galarian Skarmory, where its beak, instead of being pointed, is more like a hammer. Because it has to crack nuts and gets used by steel workers.
So Stella has two of these things on either side of an anvil, and they just look like those little like dunking birds.
Yeah.
Going back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
Stella is a steel worker. She's a steel driving.
Yeah. All right. So Stella's gonna wear like overalls because she's a steel driving woman, and because I've now got Johnny Cash in my head, steel driving man, the song.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be wrong if we gave her like some real thick Americanized? Yep.
She looks like Betsy the Riveter, or not Betsy.
Rosie the Riveter.
Rosie the Riveter.
Yeah. She has an
Who's that?
apprentice named Stu.
Oh God.
What?
You ever seen those pictures of just like a woman with doing like flexing her bicep and like?
Oh yeah, that. We can do it. Yeah.
We can do it.
Yeah.
Or whatever
That's
it says.
That's Rosie the Riveter.
Oh yeah, so I got like the headband tied round, and she's gonna have a like. Right. Everyone gets to. Americans all love to do terrible British accents for these, so now I get to do more terrible American accents. But she's gonna have, like a little bit of a Southern Belle accent going on. She's a real hard-working lady.
Because Southern is apparently close to British.
I mean,
it's like the older Southern Belle.
Yeah, it's a little bit pushing towards the I do declare, but because it's really bad. It's really bad because I've got a really bad.
Gone to the wind. Gone with the wind.
I mean, it's my personal failing as an actor. If I can do a very stereotypical male Southern, which is like, howdy, partner, yeehaw, giddy. But then the female, it immediately goes full on Southern Belle, and I can't find, like, I think it's because I rely far much on, like, the pitch. I can't make the howdy partner shit sound more feminine. And it's like, I also want to emphasize, no, she is femme, she's happy.
If it helps, Rosie the Riveter wasn't Southern.
Yeah.
She was from Michigan.
And I mean, really.
You're acting like I know where the fuck Michigan is.
Well, okay.
Northern, up in the Great Lakes.
Yeah, and Southerners weren't really known for industrial things. That was more east, which is part of the whole cause of the Civil War. But that's neither here nor there. Teaching American history
to a British person.
The only reason
Canadian, apparently.
the only reason I thought Southern is because we said steel driving, and that made me think of Johnny Cash because there's a song "Steel Driving Man."
Yeah, no, you're good. I get it. I get it.
But also the
That's why
North
I said
is
there's
the
no-
manufacturers, the South is the
Yeah.
producers.
Well, fuck. What kind of voice should she have then? How badly can I butcher it?
Okay, you're the one who lives the furthest. Why don't you figure it out?
I mean, have you seen my
I'm in
attempts at
Colorado.
voice acting for Celine and Luna? I'm sure whatever you you can come up with is better than mine.
I mean, really, with the northern accent, it's a lot more enunciated than southern. It's, lack of y'all. Y'all.
The lack of y'all. There you go.
Lack of y'all.
lack
That
of
is
y'alls.
that is northern accent.
Ah.
Go for it.
This is. I think this is kind of a problem, right? As an English person, I can spend forever going on the nuances of, I can find the nuances and accents between me and people from my village and people one village over. America is, I just categorize it into like these big areas. Like, you got South, you got California, and then you've got New York, and I don't know the rest. Aside
you
from...
could do a Boston.
Boston could work.
Alright, so Boston. The only way I know how to get into Boston is you say khaki, like the pants, like khakis. My khakis.
Right here in the.
So it's like
cut out
Boston?
Right when you were,
Yeah,
you
you
cut
did
out
cut
right
out
when
for
you
a
were
second.
saying "ka."
Alright, so I'm just trying to think. It's very like Boston, right? It's kind of like
Yeah,
there.
you gotta go Boston.
Yeah, Boston.
Yeah.
Boston.
Alright, but then we gotta
It's
feminize.
almost like it's almost New York or New Jersey, but a little bit out there.
Alright,
It's
so
because like I wish I was New York or New Jersey. Yeah, like the wannabe Italian. Yeah, it's a thing.
alright. Well, fuck knows how I'm gonna do that. So, okay, we just designed a minor league gym, the Steel type gym, run by Stella, and so Leopold's like,
Who apparently owns Pokemon that are now extinct in present Galar.
yeah.
Yeah, 2 Galarian Skarmories that have hammers for beaks.
Yeah. And we're gonna say they are not steel flying. We're gonna say they are steel fighting.
Yo.
Yay.
Because that's fucking cool. So they're like flightless birds, and they probably learn hammer arm with their face.
So there would be like timber and stuff working at this steel.
Girder.
Yeah.
Girder. The timbers are the tiny ones. The girders are the ones with the stone.
Well,
The-
girders are the ones with
It's just
I-beams.
The fucking
well,
clown
it's
noses.
It's like it's its own factory. So like they're all of the evolutions are there doing the thing.
Alright. So Leopold responds, yeah, actually, you know what? I know a perfect place for you, for all of you lot. If you're needing to get some new gear, I'll take you. She's my mate, Stella. And she's kind of a big deal, but also they try and pretend like she's not that important because, that upsets, the people who think they're more important. It's a whole thing. There's a weird 2-tier system. It's kind of shitty, but,
Like a kind of, oh, we are more powerful and nobler or something?
It's not so much a nobility thing. It's more like we're major, you're minor. You know, there's a lot of
Oh.
decency between them, but one is always seen as more important, which is a bit shit because Stella's fantastic. You know, I think you'll really like her. I think it's almost as if she was designed to specifically appeal to your aesthetic interests. Maybe. Yeah, I'll
well,
take you to.
I would have to meet her in order to see if she fits my aesthetic interests. I don't know.
Alright, so with that, and where we're going to say this steel gym is, you know, in motostoke, how you have where you can learn where the steel beam attack can be learned from the move tutor. We're gonna say the gym is down those stairs and like tucked away. It's near a river and it's like a big factory.
Down to sewers. It's like near the sewers. Is that where that is? Like the sewer part of motostoke.
Yeah, basically. You know,
Well,
it's
I mean,
industrial.
They have to have a lot of water in order to quench the steel.
True.
Yeah. So Leopold will lead you there, or take you up some stairs, and then down a bunch of stairs and across a bridge and this and that, and you find this big open, like this big factory where it's got like, you know, one of those shutter doors, and that shutter door is like wide open and you can see inside. And first thing, you can feel the intense heat coming out of this place. It's like yeah, yikes, whoa. But it is loud. There is clanging, there is bashing, and there's lots of, you know, activity. And if you step inside, it's kind of difficult to see. There's like, you know, like when it gets so hot, it's hard to look at stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine it's kind of like that, and then not to mention, you know, smoke and dust and all that as well.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay, so I feel
I'm now looking through my spells to see if there's anything that I could do to be all cool and be like, hey, I know how to make it so we're not dying of. But I do not. I got absorb elements, but that's about it.
that'd work. That'd mean like you just, and the heat has no effect on you, and you're all just standing there like badasses in this very hostile, unpleasant environment.
Do you give the okay for that? Because I will do.
I totally give the okay
Jim's-
for that.
Jim's uncomfortable, but he deals.
Luna basically makes it sound like, hey, just hold still for a moment, I'm about to do a thing. And she is going to. Oh, wait. This is more of a cast on self.
For roleplay,
Say, like.
for roleplay purposes,
Roleplay wise, she. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Roleplay purposes, she's basically like, okay, hold still, and she just. And the rings on her starts glowing, and she casts a form of absorb elements that just allows everybody to withstand the heat.
yeah, and with that, like, all right, well, at least that's not uncomfortable. And with you not feeling the heat as much, yeah, you can see a little bit, and you can see this is a very active, steel working place, and you see this woman. She's wearing the jumpsuit, hair tied up in the bow, and you see that she's got these two skarmories just clanging away as she's holding out like a sword, and then yeah, you know, she's getting some swords made, and then you see like suits of armor behind her and all kinds of cool stuff there. She kind of like has a pair of goggles on, and she lifts them up and looks over and goes, fuck, I totally spaced on the voice. So hang on. So it's like Boston, but then slightly up a little bit. So it's kind of like here. She's like, "Oh, yo, Leopold, what's up? How's it going?" but imagine slightly more femme, because apparently I'm not good at that. And
Yeah.
Leopold's like, oh yeah, so these are my friends. You should probably talk with them more than me, because it's going to be really awkward if I have to talk to myself. So I've actually got some things. So I'm gonna just step aside for like 5 minutes while you have this conversation. Ah, yeah, that's totally fine. You do that, Cool. So who are you lads?
Hi. I'm Freddy. This is my friend Jim, who's slowly backing out of this place. He doesn't like the heat, but whatever. Yeah, we're new in town, and because reasons we'll get to later, but we're here looking for maybe a weapon. I don't know.
She swings her hand out and like almost grabs yours instinct like not like by force or aggressively, but it's a very firm handshake that comes out of nowhere, and she just like reaches out, and it's a firm handshake. Girl strong. Girl
Oh, no.
strong.
Girls
I see.
drunk.
Girl strong.
Girl strong.
Girls strong.
And, she like shakes, and like your whole arm goes. Ugh! It gets shaked,
Cause me weak,
shook, shaken,
shook.
shooked.
I mean,
Spelt SHUCKT. Shooked.
Shook it.
we're casters though. We're not. We are flabby. Some of us might be a little fast. We probably all look like bean poles a little bit.
A little bit.
She kind of goes. She shakes and watch you get a little bit shaken and flummoxed by it, and goes, well, looks like you ain't really rough and tumble, get up and go at 'em types. But yeah, that's cool. That's fine. So what can I do for you? You looking for something in particular? You looking for like weapons or armor or shield, or what takes your fancy? Because I probably got it, yo.
Right. Well, Jim needs armor. He needs it. He's the only one close. It's a problem.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, I might need a bow, possibly, or something that would be better suited for long range.
Fine, okay. No. What about you, little miss? He says, pointing at Trixie.
I think I think a crossbow would do me well. Just on the off chance I can't use my magic.
Right, yeah. We can completely get all that sorted. So, strangest of all coinky dinks, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about needing some armor for your little friend there. Pokemon armor is something I've been working on. It's a new specialty, and I got it in all shapes and sizes. You need it for, you need it big and bulky and heavy. I got that. You need light, like made of leather with little bits of metal. I got that. I got you. I got it down for you. All right.
Luna would walk up to Stella and sort of tap her leg and then just point with her paw at Sid, like, could you help my son? Could you give my son more armor?
Oh yeah.
Make the first ever Pokeball. Make it out of steel, and that's what Sid lives in. It's an armored ball.
Yeah. I got a perfect thing for you, little guy. Come here. And she goes and she pulls out essentially that. It looks like a steel sphere with like decorations on. She goes, all right. So I actually got a huge love of Flapples. I love them. They're so tart. They're just and they're just good. And so I was like, you know what? Flapples are a severely underrated Pokemon. And so I was like, what if we could give them a little bit more bulk, some defenses? So I made them this. And she like clicks in, and this ball kind of like pops out into the shape of a flapple, like when it's spread out, except obviously hollow middle. So this is basically like steel covering for a flapple
Nice.
that can go back in and look like a little Pokeball.
Awesome.
By the way, do we even have stats for the flapple?
You do not.
We don't need stats.
I'll
Okay.
Stats will appear if necessary.
Okay.
That's
Um,
how Bardic runs.
pretty much. So basically, I'll just run Sid. So I'll make stuff up for Sid as I go. So there's that. She then looks at Jim and goes, "All right. So, is there anything specific or special you want out of a suit of armor? Your lordship, because I can tell, I may be a hard worker, I may be from the people, I may not be one of these hoity-toity type gym leaders, but I read books. I can recognize you."
Jim looks kind of happy at this, and he like smirks a little bit that he's actually recognized. And he like makes some motions of like, I move fast. That's what I do. I am very fast. I am not.
Okay. So you don't want nothing too ridiculous and overwhelming, as it were. How about? All right, follow me, and she'll walk, and you'll see like there's just suits and suits of armor starting from like this ludicrous, over the top, bulks up of like spiked gauntlets and pauldrons, and like clearly designed for like a big Machamp or a Snorlax or something. And it just goes like smaller and smaller and smaller until it gets to like Grovile sizes. And it's this really nice, sleek, crafted leather with small steel like buttons imprinted into it as like studs. And it looks very fancy. It looks very nice. It's got like a greenish tinge to it, and maybe like some flares of autumnal reds, because I think that's a cool aesthetic.
Yeah, green, red.
Yeah. How's this one look for you? It's not the most protective, but it'll definitely help you take a couple of hits. If I had to give a number that would improve your class of armor, I don't know, maybe like a +2. Yeah, it's a +2. But it does have this handy dandy little thing. See, what I did is while I was making it, I got one of my Skarmories over here, because they got this real cool ability. Well, it's not an ability; it's like one of their specialties. It's something which apparently, you'll find them over in another city. But there's this lady, lady person. I really don't remember who it is, but they like birds, and they got this bird. It came from some weird tropical island somewhere, and what it would do is it would make its beak go real hot, and that's what I had these Skarmories do. Their beaks would like burn up. And I use that to hammer this in, so this thing is like resistant to fire. How does that sound to you? What you're doing business with here, Royalness. And she'll hand you this heat-resistant studded leather armor. So it's +1, resistant to heat, and studded leather on top of that.
Oh. So it's studded leather +1 plus heat resistant?
Yep.
Cool.
I
I forgot what studded leather is.
I think studded leather is +2,
It's
maybe.
12.
12, that's it, yeah.
12 plus dex plus an extra 1. So that would make his AC now 16 instead of 12, or 13.
Yeah, which is
instead of 13.
pretty good.
That's much better. And resistance to heat.
Yeah, which is very useful. And she looks over to Celine, who had asked for some kind of bow. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's see what we can do. You know, we make lots of weird weapons. You know, we get all these Pokemon. We get them to do all kinds of weird stuff. So, what is there anything special you would like to do with your bow? You know, is it just you know,
Mm.
like
Well, I suppose one thing that I've been trying to do is I can basically do this thing where I can make the arrows I shoot a bit magical, or basically just have them become flaming arrows of death.
alright,
But so
alright.
I don't know, maybe have it. Maybe there could be a way that I could just make that easier. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Either that, or I might just stick with getting better armor.
I'm thinking here. You want to make use of your bow. You know this thing some Pokemon they like to do where especially when it's like a projectile, we see lots of them like like these little rock and rollers and these little roly polies when they blast rocks, they can blast between like 2 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
How's about we got one of them. We hammered the crap out of it. So it's like this thing when you shoot once, it'll then create a couple extra, like as a random roll. Well, yeah. How's that sound?
That sounds pretty interesting, honestly.
Yeah. So we'll get that. And this is aesthetically designed however you want it to be designed. That'd be I don't know how you want this to look. But basically, what this is going to do is when you make a ranged attack, you I think we'll limit it to maybe 3 times per day. Is you can then roll d6 -1, and then you can add, but it makes that many attacks. Actually, no, I lie. Not d6 -1. When you roll a d4 +1, and that's how many attacks it does. Well, how many times it will hit.
So,
So 3 times per day, your attack is actually 1d4 +1 attacks.
okay, gonna just. Actually, I'm gonna write it down in the group chat just so I'll be able to add it later, just because things is going slow on my end.
Yeah. All right.
So, can use 3 times per day.
Mm-hmm.
And it basically just works like a regular crossbow, only, or works like, or you just roll. What again?
So 3
Sorry.
times per day, when you make an attack, I'm gonna say you have to decide to activate this before you roll to hit. So then, yes, there is still a shit chance that you can miss, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So before rolling to hit, you can say I activate the thing, and then you will roll 1d4 +1, and whatever that number is, so whether that's it's a number between 2 and 5. You will then roll that many times damage because you will hit them that many times.
Okay, I think I got that wrote down correctly.
Yep.
Okay.
Obviously, you still need to roll once to hit because it'd be really shit if oh shit, I now need to roll to hit 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And finally, Kay, you asked for some kind of crossbow.
Yes, just a basic crossbow will do. I'm afraid my interests, I'm looking for a few, so I have to allocate appropriately.
What are the prices for these things?
Don't worry about prices. We'll sort that later. It's all good. Well, quite frankly, I'm bored. I make shit for fun, and I'm trapped down here. So you know what? Consider this, right? there's this thing I know people do where they pay for things in exposure, right? So like all you gotta do is you gotta take these around, you gotta show them off, you gotta tell people that you got them from me, and then I'll drum up my business. See?
I see.
Out of
So you want us to
character, is this what we're
advertise?
getting instead of bike?
Yeah.
What?
Way
I'm
back,
sorry, what did you say?
way back in
Older
like
Pokemon game.
Oh.
yeah, it's like in both Gen 2 and I think it's in Gen 3 as well, where they say like you get given a bike because it's like, oh, someone needs to ride the bike and that will get me more customers. Here, have a bike.
And some generations do like rollerblade and roller
Yeah,
stuff.
that
It's a thing
began
that
in.
does.
Gen 6.
Ironically, the roller skate thing happened in Kalos first.
I
Pokemon X and Y was the first games
Yeah.
too.
I think they're the
Introduced it.
only games
Yeah.
with roller skates. I don't think roller skates are in any other game.
Well, the roller
I
skates
don't
were
think
pretty
so.
clunky, all things considered, in my opinion.
But they allowed the use of omnidirectional, which is why,
Mm.
because you gotta use the thumb pad instead of the D-pad.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
bikes are just better.
Right.
That's the takeaway from this. Bikes are better.
Except in Hot
So
Gold
it's a
Soul Silver.
sponsorship deal. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. You do this, I scratch your back, you scratch my back. It's all a good thing.
Mm.
It's all good things, indeed.
Mm.
Yeah. So you just want a normal ass crossbow? Here, I'll give you a normal ass crossbow. Here you go. And she'll just throw you a normal ass crossbow. It's artisan designed, so it looks however you want it to look. So
Okay.
it's special and unique looking and cool. If you want to decide what that is.
I'll think about it later.
Yeah. Alright.
I'm already imagining my crossbow just looks like very mechanical in nature, just because of how it works.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Alright. So you've been given a bunch of free stuff here. Because this person is extraordinarily kind. And they also just need the exposure.
It's a favor. It's a favor to Lord Jim. Baron, Lord. I don't know what title he has. Noble of some kind.
Yeah, just noble.
Just noble. Vague.
Oh, right. Is there anything else you would like to do here specifically? Or you've got your stuff and
Maybe, probably see if there's armor for, if not for Celine, then at least for Luna, because Luna is very squishy.
yeah, she's got quadruped armor. She can stack you up. What is there anything specific you're looking for? You know, like McGrovile has got a magical effect. Is there any kind of cool bonus thing you would like Luna to have?
Hmm. Uh. Hmm. I'm honestly blanking on cool bonuses.
Okay, well,
She does a lot of supports, so
okay. So,
Give her the Chester hat.
what does the Jester hat do?
You're the one that made it. You tried to give it to me before.
I don't remember.
It was like free bardic inspirations is what it was.
It was something dumb.
but Luna, what?
Okay, now,
She doesn't even have bardic inspiration.
okay. So,
Either was Fang. You tried to give it to Fang.
Oh.
And then the Hut of Backstories, or whatever the hell it was called.
oh my god, yeah, that's I totally blanked on the dumb stuff I come up with for that. This is the problem when you make shit up on the spot.
You forget
I
about it.
don't remember
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So, how about we can go over the aesthetic design, and that can be whatever you want. But basically, I like the idea of one it being specifically designed to go around Umbreon, so Umbreon's rings still get shown off. But maybe have like an arrow aesthetic, like actual arrow, not bow and arrows. Arrows like a sign arrow pointing. And what they do is they'll be pointed to one ring, and then they kind of point off in different directions. So basically, what I'm thinking is for every support spell which has like a solo target, it can now
Mhm.
be a radius instead. So you can affect everybody within a radius with support spells. mean-
Would that also count for cantrips too?
Yeah, support abilities.
Okay.
It's going to be quite a small radius. We're going to say within, say, 10 feet, like a 10-foot radius.
Mm.
And it's an either or. So it's like, okay, you can either do it as a target and get the full range of the spell. So you can do it however far away the range of the spell is, or just 10-foot radius and it hits everybody in that radius.
Okay. That sounds good.
Someone's going to tell me why that's a broken, stupid idea, and I go, whatever, it's fun.
I mean, just let me use a spell that is only used on self to just use on everyone to cool them down in a blacksmithery.
But yeah, and this armor is basically that, but given mechanical form. So boom, sorted, fixed it. It can
And
happen now.
Would that give any AC or?
Okay, so Luna is support, which is basically somewhere between cleric and druid. So Luna can actually have pretty much any size armor. Are you fussed about Luna's maneuverability being affected?
I mean, usually Luna keeps has been keeping like far away from the enemy, so it could be like this makes her suited for healing and stuff, only she just has to stay in one place.
Yeah, so you know what, we can go full ham and we can make this heavy armor.
Do we have a new littlest tank?
I think we might do. So
The littlest tank that could.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna go full plate because full plate is kind of fucking ridiculous. So maybe like scale armor, which I think is
Ooh,
AC 15.
nice.
So
The
15 plus dex.
heaviest- It's like the heaviest medium armor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just like made out of the scales of a Gyarados
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, there you go.
But what if it was made out of the scales of an arrow Kuda? So then it had the arrow aesthetic, as in like directional control.
Yes.
Arracuda.
Big brain.
Ba-da-lung, ba-da-lung, da-da-lung, 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 dun-dun.
So there you go.
So,
And it's
yeah.
+1 as well. So actually, it's AC 16 plus dex. So
Nice.
Luna's a fucking tank now.
Luna is now tank. And I assume like after she wears this new armor, she just walks around like just getting used to it like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
this is new.
Yep. And
Also, please remind me of that later because everything on my end is going to and
Oh.
I can't access anything to change stuff.
well, we'll write all this down afterward. Okay.
Okay.
So we should actually be getting to a point of wrapping up soon-ish. So what we will do before we do that is the last thing. We'll say you wrap up here and you go to the TR shop for magic-y stuff. Mainly so
Yeah.
Trixie May can get magic gear. You go in, it's magical. There's a magical person. We'll say it's like a hex maniac type, so like very witchy and aesthetic. He goes, yes, what can,
Alistair's ancestor.
yeah. What can I do for you? Witchy stuff. Woo!
Yes, you see, I'm looking for a few spells, some stuff to help.
I have many records. Look. And she'll just have lots and lots of scrolls and this and that.
Yes, and she's going, Tracy's gonna take a notebook, start thumbing through it.
Mm-hmm.
There's one called, Augury. It allows you to predict things that could possibly happen in the near future.
Yes, that's. Here, Augury. It's a little pricey because Augury is not. I mean, what level spell is Augury from the book? Does anyone know off the top of their head what spell level Augury is?
It's
She's
two.
a 2.
I said 2.
2.
Sorry,
All right.
I don't know if it cut out.
I think it did.
Okay, yeah, 2.
Okay, so normally this would cost like 200, but we've not had much in. There's not many wizards around here, so I'll sell it you for 100. And also, we're doing a buy one get one free, so you can get this and one other.
Yes, that would be lovely. I suppose the one that allows me to set up a perimeter in case anybody wanted to try to infringe on a camp, something like that.
Oh, like an alarm?
Absolutely.
Oh yes, alarm. It's right here. Whew, take it.
Thank you.
Okay. What about your little foxy friend? Do they need anything? Do you want anything for the wand? No.
Braxian's kind of distracted right now. He's kind of like half looking at this, but he's just kind of just flickering a flame off and on in his hand. A small little flame.
Okay. Well, you obviously like fire. Well, you know what I've got? I've got this piece of charcoal. You want some charcoal?
Braxian's gonna look up and just kind of tilt his head to the side.
Let's see. See what? The woman should like grab Braxian's wand and be like, ah! She'll just like ram the charcoal in and go, there you go.
And he's just gonna look at it in absolute confusion. Like, what did you just do?
I made your fire better.
Huh?
For simplicity, I'm just gonna say for all fire-based spells, you may add like one additional die to them. So, for example, well, actually, no. What for ease will be because otherwise that's ridiculous. Because I can't remember. So, like basically, for every fire spell that you do, you may add an additional 2d4 fire damage to them.
So to every fire spell, 2d4.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not a ridiculous amount. That's not like game breaking, but it also then means like, oh hey, so Firebolt now has more damage, and Fireball now has a little bit more damage, and
Firebolt even, and now does 2d10 plus 2d4.
Yep.
Braxian's gonna look down and then look at the lady, and then look down again, and then look at her again, and just offer a paw to try to like shake her hand.
She'll ignore it and just pat Braxton on the head and go, "Good boy." Boop.
The voice reminds me so much of Tella. I can't help but imagine Tella.
I was thinking more of Sahasrara from
Yeah.
Zelda's.
From what?
From Zelda Link
to
to
the Past and also Link Between Worlds.
Okay, never. I've still not played a Legend of Zelda game properly.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's on the
I have
list of
recommendations,
things.
but
It's on my list of things to do. Maybe one
I
of these
have
upcoming
so many
streams.
recommendations.
All right. Quickly, does anybody else have anything they would like to spend actual real life money on, or in? Actually, you know what? All of your Pokemon can get one of these stat boosting items. Basically, you know, Grovyle can get a Miracle Seed, and Luna can get some Dark Glasses.
But
So-
okay, so does that mean I'm using like Leaf Blade for his
Yeah.
stats and stuff?
Basically, yeah.
As
So,
well as, okay.
so, but the only reason I said for fire damage is because I'm like 99% certain everything breaks and has is fire damage, right?
Yeah.
So for everybody else, like just add 2d4 to your basic attacks and whatever.
So, for Luna, that would just be Eldritch Blast.
Yeah,
Oh
pretty
my.
much.
Just to add more stuff to Eldritch Blast.
Oh, good lord.
Eldritch
Oh, do you realize how much damage it makes me deal, Bardic?
Yeah.
1d8 plus 3d6 plus 2d4 plus 3.
Yeah.
So basically, Nick and KS just became overpowered.
Yeah. I mean, you're fighting Dynamaxed Pokemon. You're doing giant ass kaiju fights.
Meanwhile, I'm just in the background.
And there's gonna always be like one round where you don't do any damage to them because of shields and shit. So
Oh, wait a second. I just realized I can't take augury.
you can't.
Nope. Cleric, knowledge domain, and oath of watchers.
Mwah, mwah. Fuck it, you can take it. Screw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, divination wizard, you would think.
Yeah. Rulebook,
I specialize in.
throw that shit away.
That's so weird. Why? If you're okay, that's all right. Sorry.
That's so much.
All right. So with everything all done and sorted, Leopold meets back up with you after he went and did something. In reality, he just got lost, walked around in circles for like all this time. Shows back up, and goes, "Oh, all right. So I may have just disappeared for like an amount of time, right? But you know what I did do? I sorted us out a meeting with the guy in charge, and we'll get to go sort that out. Now, I told them about the Colossians, right? And they were like, well, you gotta tell me about people. Show me these heroes you speak of. And then I was like, oh, yeah, we'll do that. And that is what is going to happen next time on Pokemon Sword and Sorcery, a D&D 5e adventure.
Did you just break the fourth wall?
Fuck yeah.
I have to admit, that is kind of cute.
So, yes, next time, next session we'll start with you having a meeting with whatever the hell I'm going to name Kabu's 3,000-year-old counterpart. I don't know. Like, I'm
the
trying.
end of this session was basically Celine going, "Oh fuck, I'm catching feelings."
Oh no, he cute.
Hey, that was kind of cute. And see.
Alrighty. So we are going to wrap up there for today. This will be back in 2 weeks' time. I'll edit this and upload it by the end of the week. I normally do that on Fridays because Fridays are a really useful day for me to do that nonsense.
Cool.
I have been the Bardic Knock. You can find me on the internet, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and the YouTube. Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, all that stuff YouTubers are supposed to do. Smash the like button. No one else can see what I'm doing, but you're going to see it when you watch it on YouTube. I'm doing those generic YouTuber hand signs. You're like, yo, hyper energy.
Even...
Energy, Energy.
Energy. Speaking of energy, Jenny, what's your energy?
Tired.
Yep, that's what I thought. Who are you though?
What you doing?
I am a tired bot. I have just been a complete another mess this entire session. I am found sometimes in other streams, mostly on Discord. And yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, who are you?
Hey, I'm Kate, also known as Undead Kate. I have been playing Trixie May and the Braxian that refuses nicknames. That's my story, and I'm sticking.
At least until next week where you've got another reason.
Nope, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You can find me on Twitter backwards, so K_undead. I have a Twitch channel, and speaking of things that ATB is in, Curse of Strahd this week. Next episode. That's a thing.
What day? Wednesday? Thursday? Friday?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday at 6:30 Central Time. Because yeah.
Cool.
And then obviously pop up in other streams here and such. We've got yeah, that's a thing. We're a network
It's
of
like
people.
we're all friends or
I know. But that's me.
Anywho, this is me. I'm Nick. I'm Strider. I play as Freddy and Jim. Jim seems to have much more personality than Freddy. It's really weird. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Nikias Rotor, or you can find me as Strider Winters. Most of the places you're going to find me is going to be basically here on Bardic's channel and on Discord, as Strider, usually. Speaking of Bardic's channel, I will be back this Saturday for One Piece Marines game.
Yeah.
After the Azure
Attack.
Attack?
ATAC. Attack.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
I get it. I see. It's adorable. But yeah, you'll see me there, and along with many other people.
Yep.
Good.
That's everything. We all said things. So
yeah,
we will see you all in the future. I'm gonna be tomorrow morning. That's when I'm next live. Space. Well, it's kind of a very easy Pokemon challenge, but it's fun. We're just doing I have to use the same types of Pokemon as the gym leaders for Gen 1. I did the first 4 gyms last time, so we're probably going to finish it tomorrow, and then we'll think up the next. Playing games where you can use a speed up button, super fast. I can. Well, the test one I did, I beat all of Gen 1 with a Jigglypuff in 4 hours.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's quick.
Speed up function destroys Gen 1 games.
That's great.
So we'll probably finish that tomorrow morning, and then we'll
and
we'll figure out what to do next. But there's that, and then what else am I doing this week? More Final Fantasy V on Thursday. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that because I did a lot of grinding because there's things to unlock.
Oh yeah, the sub jobs.
There's sub jobs and special abilities, and it's so easy to grind. And I had so we're probably gonna smash through a good chunk of the game because I'm way over leveled. And then regular weekend streams, so Saturday Battle Day and all that jazz. It's Pokemon, more Pokemons. And then, like Nick said, obviously the One Piece tabletop role playing game that is on Saturday afternoon, 6 p.m. British summertime, which is like noon Central Time. And that's all of that. The Discord link is in the chat. Go check that out. I should probably start putting that in the YouTube videos. But links will be down below. Check all that out. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, everybody, stay safe. and happy adventures. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.